And we are live, Attitude Era Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Raw just ended. And let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Not sure how high you got it rated. Not sure if you got it rated high or low. But I do know this. We're about a week out from Saturday night main event. We have Money in the Bank right around the corner. We have some qualifying matches tonight. And we got some things we got to talk about. Maybe we got some new Judgment Day members. Maybe we don't. They're expanding. What up, Polo? See you in the chat. Good luck, good sir. Um, how did Raw end? Well, we got a Jey Uso Braun Breaker match. Not sure what the point of this was. It did help Logan. I'd rather see a little Seth Rollins Braun talking to Logan. Maybe he'll be a third man. He obviously won't, at least in my opinion. However, I think that it adds mystique because right now Jey Uso is going at Logan Paul, and I don't think I'm not sold on this. I'm not happy for it. I'm okay with the match. I think the match will be good, but I don't know how y'all feel. Polo say for Raw 4 out of 10. I say Raw is about the same, brother. I don't I really don't foresee the Raw being that great right now. Uh if you bump it up a little higher, not mad at that. If you have it a little lower, I ain't mad at that. But I will say this. A couple qualifying matches, that seems like the push. Let's set up for Money in the Bank. That seems like the way the WWE is pushing. Saturday night main event, Logan Paul, Jey Uso. Cool, but you got a lot of Gunther tonight. Adam, what up? What up? What up? See you in the chat. Good sir. See you in the chat. Um, I'm okay with it, but I gotta see these people wrestle a little bit. 2.5 hours, not a bad ideal time. It didn't feel as drawn out as SmackDown did. However, not a filler. We saw an injury tonight. I don't think that was no kayfabe, none of that. Um, I think that might have changed some things. Gamaj, what up? You in the building? I see you, good sir.
Yeah, what's going on? What we talking about?
I was just talking about how we felt about Raw, and then kind of just moving out of the where Raw ended. I'm still there, but I'm just a lot of mixed up storylines. Not sold on Logan J. I think the match will be good though, but I'm hyped to see it. Jay getting knocked out at the very end, and I'm hyped to see it. You know,
Yeah,
uh, J- Logan Paul cutting through the crowd one day, knocking Jay out. I'm hyped to see it. You know, I need a little bit more than that. I need a little bit more than that, and then I feel like we're not touching base there. Felt like some of the matches were a bit sloppy. Y'all hate on Jay so much. Hey, I can't hate, brother. I can't hate. I just tell reality, and it sounds like hate to those who hate to hear it. You know, is Jey Uso your world champion? 100%. Have a lot of the champions since the Roman Reigns era going, and that's going into the Roman, not just him as undisputed, but like all the champions. I feel like the writing has gone down for all the champions. No one really thrives to be champion. No one puts being a pedestal, championship on a pedestal. And when they do, but the adversaries aren't booked right. You know what I mean? You got guys coming off big losses going right into the title picture. Well, he's not hot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're all over the place. Nothing's adding up. So Jey Uso's run is going to be a little bit, I think there were some guys he could be facing that would have immediately legitimized him. A monster first would have helped. A Gunther rematch would have helped. Um, then he works his way to Drew McIntyre. That would have helped. Then we get to Seth Rollins if that happens. So yeah, I'm not hating on Jay. He had a 28-day Intercontinental title run against the guy who was in the ring with tonight. Pretty good match. Gamache, did you get a chance to peep it?
which one? Jay and
Braun.
not Gump,
Yeah, Jay and Braun.
Braun Breaker.
Yeah, how was your feelings on that?
Parts of it. I mean, I thought it was cool. I'm happy there was no distinct winner for that because if you had Jay lose, that would have been a bad look for Jay. And right now, you can't really have Braun Breaker really losing any matches right now, or at least not get pinned.
Right. I do agree with that. I do agree with that wholeheartedly. Right now, you need his momentum strong. You're pushing him into a main event picture. And you know what's funny? At a certain point, you see your mid tiers. I liken this to The Rock, Triple H, Austin, Mark Merrow time around 97, 96. There's a time where you could see in these guys, they're fighting over the Intercontinental title left and right. They're the front four. Unfortunately, Mark Merrow got injured. He really didn't, you know what I'm saying? But those guys, you could feel the push. It was back and forth matches between those four. Then it became those three. They did everything from ladder matches to, especially The Rock and Triple H, to Iron Man matches. They had feuds. You knew those two were beefing, and it carried up to the world title. I say that to say this. These two were just fighting a couple months back for the Intercontinental title, feuding because they dropped back and forth between Jay and Braun Breaker. I didn't feel like either one of them was like, this is the main level. They're at that world title yet. But yet, the world champion's in the ring and this guy's being pushed into. I felt like Seth Rollins is still tiers above. Gunther is still tiers above.
I
Uh,
mean, I'll call it what it is. Braun Breaker gives me more main event energy than Jay does, and I like Jey
yeah,
Uso.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I still feel like it was almost like premature. Like these guys should be in that world mid tier title a little bit to cook where you feel they're dominant in the mid tier. Once you feel like they're dominant in the mid tier, when they come to the world, they don't feel out of place. They feel like, you know what I'm saying, they agree. And if you say who's more world championship, put the belt on them today between those two, even though Jay is champ, I would say Braun Breaker. He looks more polished in there. His move set looks the he his energy. It matches his energy. It matches
Yeah.
his character. Jay Uso, it does. If it's not that it doesn't match, it does. It's just it's like it's missing a little something. I didn't see him dominate the mid tiers, and he got thrown into the world title. And so now it looks like, first thing he did was tell somebody he was scared. He was scared. I'm scared of you, Gunther. I'm scared. So the believability of me saying he's a world title guy right now, iffy. Saturday Night Main Event, he could change some minds though. If that match is stellar and he's going into the Gunther looking confident, we're not looking at that pre WrestleMania Jay, I'm scared. And we're looking at that, you know what I'm saying, four letter, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a legitimate thing. I think that's a good Jey Uso moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. What at Hoop Summer League halfway through the okay. I'm like, what do you mean you're at the Summer League? He's at a Summer League. He's at a game. I was gonna say, are we just going by move set or we're just going by matches resume? I think resumes are irrelevant. I honestly think resumes are irrelevant. You got guys who are got resumes, but they lose all their big matches. They're just always in there for the big. They're like a jobber. You can go back through the history and the annals of WWE history and find good resumes on guys who ain't never got the wins. And there's guys who you wish they got a better push and they don't have the names that the jobbers got. And it's like, well, if you would have gave him. So I think resumes are little biased, a little biased.
I'm gonna tell you
Can you?
when I feel resumes stopped really mattering. It stopped when Vince McMahon became the world champion, and it stopped when Jinder Mahal became the world champion. When have resumes mattered after Jinder Mahal?
Hey, Gamage has spoken. I can't answer that. I can't answer. I think that's a legitimate thing. I think pre-gender resumes did matter. I couldn't answer the question with a light on off switch of the exact moment it happened, but when you pinpoint it to the date like or a title reign like Jinder Mahal, I could think back and go, yeah, because he had no credentials to be world champ. They did that to break into new markets, and they did so. They had a big Indian push. India has a huge market. If, for those that don't know, you know what I'm saying. And WWE is global. For those that don't know. You had him and you had the great Khali getting pushed, and they could not. Great Khali looked the part though. You got this big monster, but you've always had monsters. Giant Gonzalez was never a champ. They didn't even put a title on him. He didn't even wear a belt in his uniform.
Nope.
You know, so Gender, I think there was potential. I think he made people hate him. I think he was a good heel. However, I mean, he grew on me. I ain't gonna lie, he did grow on me.
But if we're talking resume, I'm not trying to see someone who's a world champion that's lost like 70 to 80% of their matches.
I agree with that statement, 100%. Especially when you didn't have a time period where you went on the big run to like change the perception of, you know what I'm saying? Usually that involves a repackaging of the guy, like, yo, I'm sick of this. Like when Bob Backlund snapped and all of a sudden now he's the world champ, but he's like, I'm not letting him go in the holds. You know what I'm saying? And Brett, they had to throw a towel in. So I understood how he became champ because he snapped. He don't let go of the holds. Then he lost it 6 days later or a day
Yeah.
later. And then he lost, in 6 seconds or whatever what it was. I do think Jey Uso can grow on me. He's not bad. It's just when I look at you right now, like tonight in the ring, you guys are supposed to be the mid tier kings moving up. Jay is older though. I think I forget that because of all the tag team years.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like they should be moving up, and that's a good little rivalry you could do because I remember when Braun had told him something to the effect of, "Ain't nobody in your family ever beat nobody in mine." And they constantly like I don't know if you remember when The Rock and Triple H had Iron Man matches. They had ladder matches. They had tag matches, team elimination matches, the Nation and the fucking DX. That's how you grow up into like that. They were perfectly, and they didn't just grow up into world champions. They grew up into like fucking tier Mount Rushmore Hall of Famers. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But and Stone Cold was right there in that class with them as well as Mark Merrill. Mark Merrill took the injuries that Wild Man wasn't gonna last. They were gonna have to redo that category, that name. But don't tell me a change can't work because Stone Cold wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin when he came to WWE. He had a whole nother gimmick. He was the ringmaster. With Ted DiBiase with $1 million belt. You know what I mean? Talking that same shit. Except he didn't say that's the bottom line. And he used to put you to sleep with the $1 million dream. So a small little packaging could do a lot for some of these guys. Jey Uso, I'm not sure if he needs it, but he needs a good he needs an adversary. That's what he needs, a good adversary, and he rises with the adversary. They bounce
That,
titles back and forth. I'll see you on the main event scene.
I mean, that or give him a manager.
A manager would work pretty good for Jey Uso. It would. It would help him with those promos. He won't have to talk so much, but he gives you the yeet. You know, I just don't want to see him heal with it. But hey, a manager might work for Jey Uso,
Yeah.
and that
It's
helps to get
just,
over because a lot of. Mhm.
as I say, it's just unfortunate that there's only one Paul Heyman, and we can't put Paul Heyman with everybody.
There's only one
But
Paul
I do
Heyman.
think a good manager would help Jay a lot.
I agree. We'll see this Saturday night though. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna pop off? Because I definitely think Polo, I see you in the chat too. Um, you know, I definitely say Gunther is tiers ahead of Jay Uso. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna explain this, and it's gonna be so like, oh shit, you're right. When has anyone ever asked for a dream match or a match for Jay Uso against any of the top tiers? When has that's one point. When has Jey Uso ever had a stare off where they try to measure the crowd like desire to see something with another major superstar, a world tier superstar? Gunther was doing this because remember Gunther has been champion so long he looks the part. Gunther did this with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is their top tier guy. He's one of them. Him, Roman, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Those are the world champion guys. You get over on the Cody Rhodes, you get over on them, boom, right? Gunther was put in matches with Cody Rhodes as an adversary and given lead up. Two, people were looking for this when Gunther proved his dominance as IC champion. Proved it. He set all records. WWE, when they write, they should have tiers for the superstars. Who's the tweeners? Because you should have those guys who don't win this title, but they look like they could. Maybe you might have them do it, but if they do it, they don't need to keep coming down and going backwards and ping pong like what they're doing with Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? Stay where you're at till you get to that old age where we're not going to use you like that anymore, and you come down as the vet. Sheamus shouldn't be getting used as no vet, and you got Jey Uso. Sheamus can't beat Jey Uso on any given Sunday. I got Sheamus beating Jey Uso. Hung, hung, hung. Crowd counting him out. Jey Uso ain't got no move like that.
Sure. Jay and Sheamus could have been a good rivalry. That I'm thinking about it.
So if you're trying to get Jey over, give him Sheamus. Put Jey Uso through some pain. Did that chest tore up? Jay comes out 2 out of 3 matches or 4 out of 5 or whatever the number's going to be. Not 7. But yeah. Sheamus can do it all. Sheamus is Sheamus looks like your champion, no matter what title you put on him. Tag title, you mid-tier, world, shit. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop WWE, stop playing with me. You fed Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and expect us to be, come on, man, food for thought. We're not dummies. That's not gonna get Jey Uso over. It might sell some shirts, cool. But when people keep giving you backlash, when you get all the dislikes on your thing, and like when people start tuning out, you're still selling shirts because guess what? The mom buys them for both her 2 kids and her husband. That's 4 shirts sold from one person. Numbers could be a little misconstruing, but when people tune out and your ratings are down, but your numbers, your merch is up, you're like, wait, why is this not happening? Something's not right. People don't want to see Jey Uso, but they tune in for Sheamus. Yeah, G Dollar man, I hate saying that. It's not about wrestling. It never really has been since around shortly after the Attitude Era.
It's
It
sports.
maybe
It's a
sometime in
sports
that
entertainment now, and they've made that clear numerous times.
they have. Yeah, they have. See, you see what I'm saying. You may not say I'm right, but at least you understand what I'm saying. And I just Gunther has that. They put him with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins telling them because Seth Rollins knows that man gonna get another belt. WWE has trusted Gunther since his arrival when he was fat in the UK. You know what I'm saying? And you know why they do it, G Dollar? Because it's not about wrestling, but Gunther says it is. So when Gunther's in the ring with somebody, it's like the ring is sacred. It's about this. I'm better than you. Like Gunther is what your champion should be saying. Gunther be saying that shit. Give me 2, 3 more Gunthers. Whether they act just like him or you know what I'm saying. But you got some main eventers that just aren't being put in the main event. Finn Balor could do it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have him stop losing all the goddamn time. He only won 2 matches this year. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's insane.
they gave up on Finn a while ago, and that's another example of why the resume now don't matter. Finn got a good
Mm,
resume. AJ Styles got a good resume.
I gotta click it. Yeah, YouTube merch, um, views via social media platforms like Twitter. They say weird records that don't exist to people who are 80s babies. They be like, Roman Reigns return got 595 million views on Twitter. Man, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 12 match has 0. See, I told you it was better. No, it wasn't existent. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't compare the apples. That's an apple to orange. So they're infatuated. But I can't be mad at WWE because that's the way the world works now. They don't make compact discs for you to go to Blockbuster and rent the video, and then WWE gets a portion of that. They don't really make the average home nowadays don't have a DVD player. So it's hard for me to make a Coliseum video and give you Saturday Night Main Event. You just got to stream it, and we get a percentage based off, whatever.
So
What up? What up? Uh,
I didn't see the live on IG. We not live on Instagram tonight.
yeah, we're not over there. Oh shit! I never hit the go live. Ain't that some shit?
That's what I was
Sorry,
looking for. I
Instagram
was like,
people.
we ain't live. Let me check the YouTube. And I was like, oh, they already on.
Yeah, sorry, Instagram folks. Technical difficulty got me in my bag early on.
Oh man.
Logan Paul. So here's the thing with wrestling backgrounds, right? A lot of these guys did high school wrestling, and Logan Paul is a super phenomenal social media talent.
I wrestled in high school. Pretty.
He could very well take this title off Jay. So because when it's about ratings and those same numbers, don't be surprised if fucking Logan Paul walks out with the belt at the Saturday Night Main Event because people will
He
tune in to
walks.
hate him.
He walks out with that belt. My monitor's going. Fuck out of here, man.
I don't even know no more. I don't know no more. Like, I don't think they know, so I damn sure don't know. I'm at the point where I'm going to stop fantasy booking. I'm going to stop saying what if. I'm just going to watch what's on the TV and leave it on the TV. You know, I'm not bringing work home with me no more. I'm just it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of why is this happening? Then it happens and it's no payoff. So who knows what can happen in WWE, bro? I don't know. I'm done with the super fandom. I'm just gonna watch it and talk about what I see. I don't know what Triple H doing backstage. I don't know what they. I don't know. I'm not watching nobody's social medias. I'm just gonna watch the program.
So G Dollar, when I break up these wrestlers into tiers, and I use like Logan not being there, I could care less about his amateur background because he's not on a plateau of a Brock Lesnar. He doesn't have a collegiate uh accolades, right? A lot of people like Archer just said he wrestled in high school. I'm not saying Logan Paul can't wrestle in the sense of Greco-Roman wrestling, right? I am saying that when you skip paying your dues due to your social status, it is Logan Paul doesn't even have 30 matches. He ain't got 30. So it's hard to look at him and go, yeah. When I can look at a Drew McIntyre and go, yep, Gunther, yep, Brock. You know what I mean? Like they put the work in and you watch them elevate through time. Not saying that
You know what saying I hate? I hate the saying that any publicity is good publicity. I hate that, but I think that's kind of where some of this booking is because if you really pay attention to the internet, people didn't really enjoy Gunther's run. They thought he was boring or whatever. A lot of names people just feel aren't as exciting, so you bring in a Logan Paul. Like I said, all press is good press. I'm not a fan of that saying, but he's a draw.
I think this is the funniest part about that comment though. Because I've seen those same things. People feel like the champions. I've said it. It ain't even the champions. It's who you're booking them against. You watch people take big losses. Like I always use Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes off the biggest win of his career, and he should have been booked against somebody that monster. You weren't going to get a Roman Reigns rematch. Roman Reigns was going to take the time off. So who do you book him with? LA Knight would have been great because LA Knight won his WrestleMania match. So him saying that title should be mine, yeah, right. But instead,
Bro,
you gave
it's
him AJ
just
Styles, who was the loser of that match.
it's just that
You
gap
never
is so
seen
wide. We talk about this a lot. It's like you have your mid card, then you only have that few handful of people that they keep rotating. But for whatever reason, that divide is just really big.
bro. G Dollar. The funniest part, like I'm gonna be honest, you're saying stuff about cancel culture, bro. You brought up his crypto scheme. You brought about things about Japan. I never even said those words, and I could care less. You know what I mean? I really could. I'm literally talking about the fact that things I said literally were he had 30 matches. It's hard for a guy to build off 30 matches or less. When one match was Ricochet, one match was Rey Mysterio. He wrestles like once every 3 to 4 months. That's where I'm going at when I go, okay, you're feeding Jey Uso who needs a guy, right? I also did say their Saturday night match will be good. However, a Sheamus would be a better build for Jey Uso than Logan Paul. If you're trying to put him in front of eyes, ooh, Logan Paul works. Yeah, I get it. He's an investor, but those are things I'm not bringing up. I'm just bringing up the actual fact of the wrestling aspect. I don't care about his crypto scam. I don't care that he did some wild shit on Vine back in the day with Japan. I could care less. I don't like the reasons why I don't like Logan Paul are because he disrespects vets. When you say I don't even know who Kevin Nash, I'm better than you've ever been. Why? Because wrestling in 2025 is spot wrestling, spot fest, and you do spots well, but you also have 6 months off to work on those spots with a
And
crash pad.
I don't believe that anyway, because Logan Paul's a wrestling fan. He knows who Kevin Nash is.
100%, but that's him being. I don't even know if that's him being in character, or him being him, but
That's
it worked
him doing what he
because it
has
got
to
me to
do
despise him.
to get that reaction. Like he's getting it out of you. That's what he
Yeah,
does.
like Dollar, you're
Logan and
saying what I'm
Jake
telling
Paul,
you.
whether you love them or hate them, they learn how to use the internet to their favor, and they
Right,
mastered it. So
right. I do
there's no
think
way
I
you're a 25 to 40-year-old person and never know who Kevin Nash is. That's insane.
in the wrestling business, but if you don't, you don't,
I
and
mean, but again,
it
this is
wouldn't
somebody
bother
who
me. But when you say I
had a
like Logan
wrestling
Paul,
ring
I'm
at
like,
his
no,
house. Like Logan Paul, he's a fan, but he's also a troll. So, but he gets busy in the ring. You can't take that from him.
100%,
I
100%.
don't mind Jay
Um,
eventually getting to Logan Paul, but it should have been somebody else first to give Jay that thing. Jay needs the stamp.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sammy would have been perfect. Sami Zayn would have been absolutely perfect.
I disagree. I don't think Sammy's perfect. I think people look at Sami Zayn as a mid tier guy.
I mean,
I don't think.
for not, I ain't talking about the tier. I'm talking about the story would have been perfect. I was an honorary Us. I was Sammy Uso, and for Sammy to turn and get busy with Jay, it would have
Oh, for
made more.
storyline, it writes
It,
itself.
it would have
Oh
made
yeah.
more sense than anything.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure it
That
would
would
have
have.
gave
That
us a
would.
decent match.
Yo, Sammy always gives good matches. That's why he's the Canadian hobo, because he looks like he just wandered off the street drinking beer. And
But
he's
see,
like, yo,
that's
I
the
got a
problem
wrestling match.
WWE has, and I mentioned this on the last podcast. It's too many names tied to too many stories. The end of the night, what did we see? We saw CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Braun Break. Like we see, it's too many names involved in one story, and that's where the Bloodline kind of thinned out the roster because everything was Bloodline. Then okay, what are these guys doing over here? And then again, Roman killed off a lot of people in those 4 years. People who,
I think
I say killed off, I mean he thinned the herd. They either retired, now with the company in different spots, and that was just a long thing. We have a lot of people tied into things. It's other things get neglected. You don't get to build nothing else, and they continuing that. You know what I'm saying? Now they got
I don't think
Solo rolling with his crew, and it's all focused. It's like focused here, then you got stuff here. Just let them do. It's just weird. It's very weird.
I would never. I hope Sami Zayn never wins a Royal Rumble. I'd rather him win a King of the Ring. Let us see your wrestling ability outside of a gimmick match, because that's where he excels. And take it back to the Bret Hart style of King of the Ring was in one night with
Sammy can
3
wrestle though. Sammy can wrestle.
That's my point. Royal Rumbles are gimmick matches. It's a big gimmick. It's just you gotta close on. You don't have to really wrestle. You just have to outlast based on whatever they tell you, right? But you don't have to put on it. If you win King of the Ring, you can wrestle because you gotta win your matches. Like you gotta win. It's got. I don't think I can see a winner who won completely with all cheats interference. I gotta go back and do some history just to verify that. But and when it did, if there is one, I'm sure his run wasn't thorough. You gotta win your matches, and it's gonna highlight. Especially like if you look at the Brett Owen earlier years of the King of the Ring, one night, eight man tournament, best man's gonna win, and then you go and you get your world title shot. Let's say at SummerSlam. I'm for it. That's what
Yeah,
I'd
it's
rather
just
Sammy win. Not
we at a weird
Rumble.
spot, bro, because we know what we saw and what it meant, and it's not the same. Like the wrestling business, the wrestling prestige, the wrestling show, like it's not even that anymore. It's a TV show. If you ever seen that episode of South Park when Edge was on there, and that's what wrestling is right now. It's more so the the promo is more so the merch. Wrestling may be the fifth most important thing in wrestling right now.
Hey, and who knows what it'll be in 3 to 5 more
It's
years from
kind of
now.
like music, as good as I feel I am at do music, it's the music talent is like the fifth thing. It's the look, it's the social media presence, it might be a gimmick, it's everything but music.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. That's just the way it is. Wrestling's kind of always been like that, but they always had an emphasis on wrestling at some point. But yeah,
Yeah, or it was
WWE,
weaved in, but now it's like everything is this. And like I said, I think it's a copy paste. That's why move sets are similar. That's why matches
very
are similar
copy
because
paste.
they want you to, no matter what part of the show you tune into, you're going to see the thing. So they put the thing in every match. And that's why people say AEW is flippy and it's a spot fest. That's why, you see things unfortunate like what happened with Zoe Stark tonight. A lot of this shit don't need to be in matches. It
I
don't
think
need
hers
to
was
be.
more of a freak accident. What? Because she just was going for a drop kick off the top, mistletoe drop kick, right? Like
That's what it looked like. She was trying to go
she
for a drop
landed
kick.
bad.
I know she does that
And
shotgun drop kick from the top, but she went way like she flew across the ring. Like
it
that's
was some
my thing.
distance.
It's like it's getting like you. It's like
It
I
was some
think
distance.
wrestlers try to outdo themselves. Not I'm not just speaking on her. I'm just saying it's like okay, what can I do next? Right to the moment, because that's the social media superstardom I'm talking about. Who cares if that's the we talk about this all the time. Two people can get in that ring and put on a 45-minute classic, and people will call that boring. But he let somebody do some crazy spot, and that's gonna go viral.
Yeah. Mike, Vinny,
So
yeah,
people will call Bret
Tinder.
Hart trash these days.
That's crazy. I watch his matches still to this
People
day,
will
and you can
call
see the
Bret
psychology of
trash. They might even call Shawn outside of the selling boring. Because these dudes used to wrestle 40, 45, 60-minute Iron Man matches. 2 out of 3 falls. Like, bro, people,
it. Don't forget before WrestleMania where John Cena went at Shawn Michaels, they wrestled on Raw in a
Yeah, for like an
non-title match for
hour.
some random reason, and it shit was just short of an hour. It was like 53 minutes of them,
bro,
and it
I
was
can tell
better
you
than their
for a
Mania
fact,
match.
people like William Regal,
Shawn got the dub.
Ricky Steamboat, Brett Owen, but people will call those guys boring these days.
Yeah, I mean, but that's because they don't do all the spots. But I, when I watch a guy do all spots, I'm like, yeah, he can't wrestle.
Dog, when somebody did a drop kick off the top rope, it used to be finish a match. It was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, he did a jump. It was now is standard.
So let me ask you all this, right? And
You know what it
get
is?
well.
I'm gonna cut you off. What it is you know how Steph Curry changed basketball? Now everybody lives by the three, dies by the three. The shots get further and further back. It's run and gun. It's no real positions and big men. Same thing in wrestling. Everybody is same thing. So as a wrestler, how do you even stand out?
Yo, you stand out through your look and your entrance.
So
I'm be
again,
honest.
wrestling moves further down the list.
No, yeah. I mean, that's just the unfortunate part. Penta's a star. He ate another Penta. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna move, but like that's the one thing I can see that's different in who's making the stars. The guys with the best entrances they're taking losses. Chad Gable has not been hot, yet he's hot with the fans, and he doesn't really have the entrance though, which is crazy. He's just got the mat and promo work to a T, and that mat work matches his character. It matches his promo. He's made. I mean,
It's his
shit.
personality. I think people just like Chad Gable, and he's kind of like a little sneaky heel that you kind of just, you know what I'm saying, you want to watch. So, but
Yeah, 100%. Uh, But let's talk about these let's since we're talking about these moves and salute to Zoe Stark, but at the end of the
oh
day, get
shit,
well,
Kamaj got a cup again. Let me not piss him off.
get well. She definitely got hurt today. You saw it right, like oh man, that leg went up under her, and that's never good, brother. It's never good when one person
Yeah,
got to get removed from the triple threat qualifying match.
That's
Uh,
a MCL. If nothing else, trust me, I know about that.
yeah, Gamaj, what's your thoughts, man? Yo, did you think that changed the outcome of the match? As far as like maybe there was going to be another winner. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel like I'll say this: I actually wanted Kairi Sane to win the match, with it
Yeah,
being her return. I wouldn't have been surprised if Rhea was going to win anyway, but I just felt like no matter what would have happened, I felt Zoe was going to eat the pin.
right.
Rhea's just,
But
I don't know.
Vinny, they wasted it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted Kyrie to win.
What was the point of her coming back for a triple threat? We haven't seen her. People pop for, and you have Rhea Ripley do what Rhea Hogan does.
Rhea Hogan is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're dealing with. Bianca said that in the she said, "How you don't win the Royal Rumble, you don't win the Elimination Chamber, and you still just because you are
That's
who
why I
you
said
are."
I got to put my Booker hat to the side and put the pencil down because we trying to make sense of things that don't make sense that we don't get explanations for.
I mean, yeah. And now Bianca, she did get hurt. She had broke her finger, but they're not mentioning her with that title. And Rhea is still attached to that damn title. Qualifying match. I gotta get money in the bank. Like, yo, get her. Find something else for her to do. You're gonna kill her character because when you force feed, you get that. Remember when Roman Reigns got super booed? He said that Royal Rumble one was the worst moment of his career.
This is what they were doing with Becky before she went away. Remember, there was ping pong and Becky Lynch and just putting her anywhere just because of the name. Sometimes it's okay to
Yeah,
let people go away.
Yeah.
Absence
go
make
away.
the heart grow fonder. If Rhea just kind of fell back, chilled, people would be fine with that.
Rhea should go through what Gunther went through a little bit, where she takes a loss, she can't get the title back, and then Adam Pierce tell her like, you're at the bottom of the list. You either work your way back up or figure out something else to do. And Rhea Ripley should take a loss to Ivy Nile. Like they cheat, like she keeps getting cheated out of wins. Next thing you know, Rhea's in the kitchen doing dishes. Remember when Shawn was like Triple H had to go find this motherfucker? He was in restaurants like cooking and shit. Rhea
They
gotta
should
find
have
something else to
Rhea.
do, and
Rhea
someone gotta
should have
bring her back.
lost maybe 2 to 3 matches in a row. Then she said, "You know what? I gotta go figure this out." You know what I'm saying? And she just goes away. Take a break. Take a break.
But yo, I don't want to see fly tie. I don't want to see this. This is where I hate when people go into that world. Like Rhea is associated to the world title. She's in that tier. She is that level. She earned it. She's got it. Boom. If she goes down to the mid tier, you you get the Roman Reigns effect where everyone now gets pushed. People who should be fighting for that belt, the Chelsea Greens, the Ivy Niles. We don't even know where Nikki Cross has been, but these people should be in your mid tier.
Whataburger.
But when the world title champion people come down, next thing you know, these guys are off TV. Shinsuke Nakamura was off TV for months
6 months, I
on
believe.
end. Yeah, so it's like, don't do that. Don't send her down there. You just sent Becky Lynch down there. Lyra don't need, like you think about a good Chris Jericho run or a Razor Ramon run, or they didn't beat all the world champions in their IC title run. They beat the other mid carders. And when it got to that point, they were a multi-time mid carder, and you felt they were dominant. They bumped them up. They bumped them boys up. And that's what I think the WWE is missing dramatically. Where you got guys doing 3 to 5 years in the mid tier, 2 to 3 on a tag team, and then they,
Well, this is when you appreciate the value of a X Pac, a Hardcore Holly. You know what I'm saying?
hardcore. How that's crazy. You even said his name. Yes.
Like this is
Yeah.
where a Raven is valuable. Hell, people love Norman Smiley. Why? I don't know. But that's what, and those people, Billy Gunn, perfect example. Like might get a one-off for a title shot, but it's because he beat the other people along the way. Now it's just like they got 4 people they like, and it's like, hey, we're gonna mix and match the same 4. And it's building superstars is relatively easy, I would say this these days, but they're just not.
I don't know if it's easy, but I don't think it's as hard as they make it either. You know what I
I
mean? Because
think
they're
it's
not.
easy in the sense of, like we said, the wrestling comes, give them a good gimmick, give them a good whatever. Bobby Roode, perfect example. Bobby Roode came in crazy hot, crazy entrance. Then they didn't let him wrestle.
You know what's funny? You say that, right? There's a lot of remember who was my man from Imperium?
Vinci,
Vinci. You repackage this motherfucker. Anytime you repackage someone and you give us vignettes, they gotta do something decent at minimum. They gotta compete
not
for world or
anymore, bro.
intercontinental
The
titles.
repackaging doesn't do anything. The return doesn't do anything. Even being a new superstar doesn't do anything. Because, like
But
you
that's not
mentioned
fair.
earlier, his shoulder's been on the mat a little too much.
Here's why I say that. Returns mean something to fans when it's marketed and it's given it to us. Vignettes and entrances mean something, but you gave us the Wyatt Six. We were hyped. I'll go with you on this one, Archie. Archie said before they made their debut, if you go back to that last August, July timeframe, I give them 6 months. I'm arguing for this motherfucker. Nah,
I
WWE
said
six
3, but
months.
I said I'm gonna be generous and give him 6.
He started talking about how because one, that's a protected gimmick. When you got extraterrestrial,
Supernatural.
supernatural,
Oh, yeah.
um, it's protected. You can't just have them taking L's all the time. You got to maintain the mystique. But it's not one person like a Mankind or Undertaker. It's 6 of them motherfuckers. 2 people are a tag team. Dexter Loomis could be your mid tier, and Nikki Cross with no female help in that group. And then you got Uncle Howdy. You got to protect 6 people. That's a lot. It ain't. And then one of them got hurt, I guess, and that you took the whole group off TV. No
I don't know what's
momentum. They
going
still
on,
ain't been on
bro.
a PLE.
I don't know what's going on. It's just one of them things, bro. I just know if Vince was around, would none of this be happening.
Nah, because Vince will walk you down that aisle, and you know what to expect, and you get it. And sometimes
Bro,
he pull the
Vince
trigger, and you
would
stand
have
on it.
people redo matches and redo the end of matches if it wasn't right or he didn't get the response he wanted. Like, as much as you may love or hate him, Vince protected the business. It wouldn't have
The
been no
mat was
behind the
sacred.
scenes Netflix show. It wouldn't be all this LFG person get a title, Evolve gets a title. It wouldn't be all these titles. It wouldn't be a lot of this wouldn't happen.
Undertaker getting a title is crazy, bro.
The business is no longer protected, and it's not even a wrestling. Well, WWE, the wrestling it's a TV show. Michael Cole said it. It's been a TV show for a few years now, so we got to watch this like we watching an episode of That's So Raven or something.
Or
Hey,
The Walking Dead,
or
or
from
from.
that HP covers every Sunday on his channel, Hall Prees Universe. So,
Hey, my guy.
and I know
Yeah.
wrestling ain't easy, bro. Wrestling's not easy. People sacrifice their bodies and time. So this leads me to the argument we always have about what you want to make money or do you want to have a good legacy?
I'm not gonna get into it because Archie, you know how I feel, but it's a good question. And I'm not mad at nobody on their answer because there's no
Hey,
right
I got
answer.
in the
Because
ring this weekend. I don't want none of it.
if Archie
I don't want
if
none of it.
Archie Carter says I want my legacy to be great, and Gamaj is telling me I don't give a fuck as long as I get seen. What? They're going in 2 different ways.
You
Archie might
know what
end up
it
in
is?
AEW.
Is do you want to sign to the major label or do you want to be an independent artist?
There's different perks for different works.
Because
So
you
and
sign to
it's
that
not a knock.
major, you might get the money, you might get the look, might not never come out. You might be the 5th artist on the roster, but if you indie, you got to do all the work, but
You want to do all the
you
work.
get all the benefits. So what is it? Do you want to
But
be?
hey, all those benefits, some of that you like, but no one's really at my show. I only got 500 people here. But out of those 500 people buying $30 tickets, you make $25 on every ticket. Just throwing
Max B
some
said that.
random.
He said Jim Jones and them when they had their beef, they clowned him because he was making $1,300 a show. He said, but I do 10 shows a month.
Also, I was selling CDs. You don't get I don't get a million CDs, 10 million CDs distributed across the country. I get
Trust me, as
500,000.
somebody who's an independent artist, I know how it goes. Y'all saw me
But
this weekend. I had 2 different events in 2 different cities. So, do you want to? Because on a major, you might be fifth. You're gonna get the look. People gonna know your name, but they might not see you. You might not get on tour. The single might not never come out. You might record an album that gets shelved. It's so many
hey,
factors.
there you go. I was just about to say you might make an album that you don't even really want to make like that. That's not your style.
But you sign to this label, and they have all the control. Versus you staying. But see, as an indie, you gotta do everything. You gotta book the show. You gotta stay in shape. You gotta be your manager. You gotta book the travel. You gotta be a dietitian. Ain't no catering. Is do I eat these strawberries in this bowl? Do I stop at this Taco Bell on the way to the next city? You know what I'm saying?
If you stop at Taco Bell, get those Doritos Taco Supreme. Bitches go home. Just put some Scott and your mama in them motherfuckers.
You add
And
seasoning
a
to
fat
Taco
kid.
Bell,
First of all, I don't go to Taco Bell unless the alcohol is involved. 2,
but you add your own seasoning to Taco Bell. Hey, if you're just tuning in,
absolutely,
this normally happens on this podcast. We turn left at some
absolutely.
point.
You eat Taco Bell raw?
HP, I know we're recording this and the whole world can see me. I do a lot of things, bro, that I probably shouldn't do.
Ooh, let me slide these panties to the side. Go ahead and talk about it.
I don't want no ISO. Since the ISO on me, hey, shout out to New Orleans. I had a great time at Blurfest this weekend. And shout out to Pro Wrestling
Oh
225.
shit.
Next episode of Unleashed, you might see D. Archie Carter in the ring. Hey, some things happened. I took a knee to the back of the head. It got crazy. But yeah, I had a great weekend. Had a bunch of events, 2 different shows. We was moving and shaking. Yeah, man, yeah. I slid in that ring like Edge, baby. Y'all saw the clip. But yeah,
Hey,
man. Hey,
the tender. You know why it's 6? Well, let me not say anything. Speculation was that Bo Dallas got hurt. I can answer why he would take the whole team off
here's the
instead
thing,
of
though.
rewriting
Here's
that
the thing
storyline.
about that, HP. He wasn't doing nothing but cutting promos anyway. You could have still been cutting your same promos. Brian Pillman had a broke leg and a gun for Stone.
You know what? You know what would have been dope? Because they misusing Karrion Cross, but Karrion Cross is a very Mr. Sinister X-Men reference type of guy, the way they got his character, which I love. And I've been
Karrion
saying it.
Cross
Remember,
is
I
going
was
to be the next ball that they drop because they're already dropping it.
I hope you're so fucking wrong. Because you know I've been chanting,
You've been
petitioning.
championing Karrion Cross for at least the past month and a half.
Yeah, like when people remember, I got a little bit of flack. Now we can kind of see when they used him right, and I see what you're saying. Because where's he been? Get this guy back
Speaking
on
of dropping the
television.
ball, I'm gonna ask Gamage this because he might have the answer to this. This is nothing to do with Monday Night Raw. What is Natalya doing? I'm seeing her everywhere but the WWE.
Yeah, she wrestled tonight. Oh, he would know. Go ahead and hold on.
You
Let
know
me
what I'm
slide
talking
these
about?
things.
She's doing like underground fights and like not like what is Natalya doing
Beating up
outside of
audience
WWE?
members. Yeah, come
Yeah,
on,
she's
Gamaj.
attacking folks. She wilding.
What's
I
going
mean,
on, Gamaj?
I don't know. They don't really have anything, to my knowledge, like big plan for her. So I think they're just having her like how they were booking what's this dude again? The tall black dude. Omas.
Omas.
Yeah.
But they signed him back from New Japan and we ain't seen him since.
And there you go.
That dude relinquished a title in Japan to come back over here. And we've not seen Omas since.
Oh, my man relinquished the title to pick up a seat. Here, sit here for the next 6 months.
Again, do you want to
What
be
the
in the
fuck?
major? Do you want to be independent?
You know why I think WWE does that? So no other people can pick up steam. They have enough money to do that. Shawn Michaels, I love Shawn. I am a Shawn fan. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. Man, this is gonna be one of those make HP mad moments.
You know who did that? Starbucks. Remember Tivana?
Starbucks.
Yeah, Tivana was a company, and they were moving a product, and tea was in competition with Starbucks brand at the time. So what did Starbucks do? They bought Tivana, and they pulled it off the shelves.
Well,
I
not
mean,
just this. Oh my
buy
god, I
your
almost clicked on you.
competition. I mean, And you know the
Can't be
WWE has no problem paying people to stay home.
They did it to Shawn Michaels for 4 years. For 4 years. I will never forgive, and I know what people say.
I would
People will
love to
say,
sit home
we
for
don't know
4
that.
years and not get paid. And get paid.
And the number is out there too. 750,000 a year, right? And this is at a time with wrestlers that was top money, right? And if you look at the dates of Shawn's injury to his back, obviously he got hurt. Could he have came back? Well, we'll never know, right? I don't really think that's not true. And the reason I say that is because at this time WCW was still peak and coming down from peak, still up, still whatever, right? Because we got to get the NWO and all that, right? In 2001, March-ish, don't quote me, but quote me. 2000 March, WWE buys WCW. 2002, Shawn comes back in August, but there's the prep for that. So you're talking about June time, whenever he signed the contract. You're literally talking about within a year. Rumor has it, once Vince W, I don't have a need to continue paying you because there's no competition for you to go to that you could sway the vote. You know what I mean? Shawn going to WCW at a time we were competing. You're gonna stay right here. You'll be commissioner. You'll be a special rep. Fuck it, just sit home. But you won't go to WCW because you're under contract. So, the reason why I also add to that is because there's a dark, I think it's called Texas Wrestling Alliance. Shawn wrestled a match in 2000. He wrestled a whole fucking match for another company, independent promotion, and there's tape of it out there. So 2000, yeah, you could have wrestled, even if it was on a. Let me get out of this ISO, man. Take these panties and put them back normal. And Shawn is my dude.
That's crazy.
But I always look at that and be like, man, what the woulda, coulda, you know what I mean? Like, bro, 75%
There's a
Shawn
lot
Michaels
of
better
people
than most.
across many industries take money to sit home, and then it's like if you're a top talent and you could take a break, but see that's the
Do it,
difference.
brother.
You either a Sean Hart, you're a Shawn Michaels or a Bret Hart. Bret used to show up to WCW pissed that he was there and they had nothing for him to do.
Yep. Yep. So very interesting things. Just look at those dates. You think I'm lying, and then go find that. I think it's Texas Wrestling Alliance. Yo, Shawn, and then look at the date on that. How did Shawn wrestle a match if he couldn't come back? He had to take 4. He didn't have to. He chose to. There's a part of that time he had to. Who knows how long it was? Maybe he couldn't have came back to WCW and WWE in the same capacity he did in 2002. That's a fair statement too. You broke your back, bro. Maybe you could only do 2 matches a year, but
Mike
I'll
Tyson
take
had
2
a
matches.
whole fight with a broken back. I don't want to hear.
Spinal.
Mike, what happened? I broke my back. Spinal.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Or in the words of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. So what?
Let me ask y'all a question. Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne.
She is now signed to Monday Night Raw.
Yo, man.
Long over fucking due, man.
Can we give a hand clap of praise? I love it. An NXT star finally got the fucking pull up because
You
they've
know
been
what?
doing this bullshit.
That was the highlight of the night. I don't care what anybody says.
It kind of low key was. I was very happy for it, and I like she's already being worked into a storyline.
Yeah.
You put her with the Judgment Day. Finn like, yo, they're like, yo, and you seen the female jealousy because Raquel Diesel that wasn't feeling that shit. She even brought Don some nuggies. So now, Liv, Roxanne, maybe that's brewing.
Wish somebody would bring
Down
me
the
some nuggies.
No, she brought Carlito an apple in a bag, like a Gucci bag or something.
Little nuggies.
Hey,
Little honey
Well,
mustard.
right now she's not
Roxanne,
part of the Judgment Day yet. But the way they're
not
already
yet.
creeping her into that,
I love it.
they got
Yeah,
something
Vinny,
for her.
that's why they call it the prodigy. Because she got in this thing early. Yeah, she
Dirty
only
Dom. You
23.
see how Dirty Dom was looking at her cheeks when I don't know if he was looking at her cheeks. Let me not say that. But when Roxanne walked away, Dom's head went.
Jatenda,
Whoop.
is that a compliment or an insult? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I don't know it either. I don't know. I hope Molly Holly. I don't know what that means. Because if you have a negative perspective on Molly Holly, if you have a positive one, that's what's going to determine that comment. I would think she's better than Molly Holly. My hope that she.
Now Roxanne's
You know
up
what I'm
there.
saying?
Roxanne might be top
She is
five
busy, bro.
women's wrestlers right now in WWE.
Yeah, she is busy. Her work
You
rate is
got Io,
phenomenal.
you got Roxanne, Stephanie's up there. Stephanie's not even in on main roster. She's top tier.
Put Liv in that top tier too. I do not sleep on
Wrestling?
Liv. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm not
Don't give
going.
me Rhea.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Yeah, Roxanne is better than Rhea Hogan for sure. Polo, 100%.
Wow.
She
Uh-oh.
is.
Uh-oh.
She
Gamai's
Rhea
been
Hogan.
drinking.
No
He been
comment.
sipping. Don't.
No comment,
Oh
man.
Haitian
shit, I
flag day
forgot.
just
So
passed. He
Gamaj, I
still
was
got.
just playing.
He
I don't
still
even know
got it
Polo
in
like
him.
that.
Nah, no comment, man. I can't even debate
Okay,
that. No comment.
okay. Roxanne. Again, I clap. I do wonder about the Trick Williams thing though. They were champions at the same time. Is the women seem like they get the call up? Julia came up. Stephanie got a little vignette when she came up to Raw too. So I'm waiting for her to drop that title pretty soon and go ahead and bring her up.
Yeah. They wanted to call her up before Julia. Stephanie chose not to come up.
Yes, she said that in an interview there because of her English.
Yeah, she wanted to work on her English more.
Hey,
Yeah,
you look like that. You can speak body language, and we'll understand.
bro. I will not be mad. I will not be mad, brother. The move set is there.
I'm not sure what
Look,
the Trick Williams thing is about. Maybe they just don't. Maybe they just don't feel he's ready. But if he's ready to go represent your brand in another company, I think he's ready to represent your brand within your brand.
he gets a call up by the end of the summer. I
To
think
do
it's going to
what?
depend how he looks in TNA.
To do what?
I think they changed his character a little bit. And you send him to SmackDown.
And make him what?
Well, one, somebody's got to eat pins.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just being honest. He's not a jobber, but he's the guy that eats a pin to Drew McIntyre, right? He has a little rivalry on SmackDown, no PLEs, but when Drew needs a win, him versus Trick Williams tonight. Trick Williams, when you put on good matches, eventually they'll either Chad Gable or better. And I hate to say that because it sounds like an insult, but Chad Gable is the guy that people love to see week after week. Chad Gable got a fucking loss record that's horrible, win-loss record that's horrible, but no one
Rest in
cares.
peace to Shad Gaspar. Shout out to the homie JTG. Trick Williams will be reunited with Carmelo Hayes, and there'll be Crime Time too.
I hope not. I hope I don't mind if you see they got this thing with the Miz right now, and it's kind of working. It's not working.
And guess what? You could use a heavy. Miz needs bodyguard. The Miz entourage was fire. Miz was cooking when he had an entourage.
Yeah.
That might work. That might work. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's return to prominence. You got a guy? Carmelo like, no. You got a guy. I can get him on the. That works. That works. Yeah, yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. Under the guise of the Miz, and the Miz is like a manager slash wrestler, and whoever Miz manages, because the Miz can cook on the mic. Let them win gold. So eventually, when Miz phases to a lesser role, he could be the manager, like a Paul Heyman on a different show. SmackDown, of course.
Yeah, Miz is very underrated.
Yeah.
Very underrated. You know why? Because he's not a spot wrestler. Like he told you, I wrestle safe. But in 10 years, this is when he had that argument with Daniel Bryan on live TV.
Yeah.
I ain't never called out sick.
He
Hey,
went
Bret Hart
off.
ain't never called out sick. Them wrestlers had safe moveset. We watched someone down there break her leg tonight.
And see that
And that's not
Miz
the first box we watched with her. She does some dangerous shit, but she does when it pays off. It's
hey,
incredible.
what is it called? A high risk
High risk
maneuver.
maneuver. High risk maneuver. You right,
Yeah.
100%.
I ain't going to the top rope.
They fat ass. You see what happened to Bronson Reed and Jey Uso in the same War Games match? They
Hey,
both got
I
broke.
shared my clip from my in ring action this week with the Horseman. Polo told me stay my ass out the ring. That's exactly what he told me. He almost got cut from the team.
Yo, Money in the Bank, Saturday Night Main Event. One Saturday Night Main Event, Ron Truth Killings, R-Truth Killings, is not in a title match with John Cena. How do you feel about it?
I feel like if he's not in a title match, he should beat him.
I agree.
He should get a sneaky win, and that beat, bro. R-Truth can retire after that. I beat my childhood hero, John Cena. And that should be the thing that sends John Cena over the edge, and he go crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the Homelander moment right there, where he really remember Homelander looked at that crowd of people, and he just incinerated them with his eyes in his mind, but he didn't really do that. So, nah, Polo, you know I'm clowning.
Gamaj, what you feel? John Cena versus R-Truth, no non-title match. And they said Jey Uso versus Logan Paul is closing the show. Well, they didn't say closing. They said is the main event for Saturday Night Main Event. So salute to Jey Uso for finally being the main event, because that's his name. And there's a major match on the same card, and he's closing the show. So salute. I don't even mean that
we know
condescendingly.
main event don't mean closing the show now. We don't know what that means no more.
He opened the show. Someone made a joke at WrestleMania. Said it's 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 open the event Jey Uso now, and he'll say like, damn, bro. Yeah. So, Gamash, how you feeling?
I mean, it's a Cena match, so
Damn. Let's get to the bottom of this tonight, man. What did John Cena do to you?
He was trash in front of my TV screen for over a decade. That's what he did to me.
Trash in front of your TV screen for over a decade?
Yeah, for over a decade. That's
so
my
you've
opinion.
never liked John Cena in ring?
I got $1 for the hate.
Like in ring?
In ring, you've never liked nothing he's done. You never like no stories. You never like no promo. You never like none of his bars he spit. Like none, you even like the jerseys he wore. You're a fashion guy. Like you don't like nothing about John Cena?
I never. Okay. He was in a few stores where I was like, okay, it's cool. His music, his raps. I think he spits the corniest nursery rhymes. I don't like his music. I don't like his albums. I tried to watch. I gave him a chance with acting when he did the Marine. That shit was ass. I forgot what other movie I saw after that. I'm like, he can't act. I'm not watching this shit no more.
Vacation Friends, Cock Blockers. Like you ain't seen none
I'm
of
not
that.
I'm not going that far.
Peacemaker.
I'm not going that far. If I see 2 to 3, if I see 3 to 4 year movies and you can't act, I'm not gonna keep watching you.
Gamash. Damn, I'm missing one.
Hey, you got on your whole Preezy channel. You and Gamaj need to sit down and go through the first season of the Peacemaker. Nothing. So you just never rocked with him.
He just doesn't do it. He never did anything for me personally. And then his wrestling, to me, he's just, again, in ring technique wise, he's the most overrated fucking wrestler to me.
God,
that's
we got the new Gamaj shirts coming out. They say hustle, loyalty, disrespect on them.
Man, I would not wear anything close to affiliation with his name, man, at all.
His top was gonna say, "Give up on him. Just give up."
Just give up is crazy. I don't know where this other dollar is, but Gamad, I got $5 for you just to go watch the Peacemaker series, bro. $1 episode, you get paid to watch TV. Come on my channel, we'll talk about it, brother. You're getting paid. It might not be much, but hey, what other show you got?
We gotta find something that Gamaj would like from seeing. He made all the Make a Wish. Can you at least give him credit for making the kids happy, Gamaj?
Hey, what he told that fat kid in the front row with the burgundy on?
Damn.
Look, I mean, I'm glad he's making the kids happy. I'm glad there's people that like his work. That don't mean I gotta like him.
Hey, Mike, he missed Fridays. Hey, I don't know what it is about Friday night Gamage. You be turning up on me. I got to go through the whole weekend. Like, what do you say fuck me for? Then it's the cup. I don't know what's in the cup. I don't know.
Oh my god, hilarious. Speaking of nights, um, Wednesday Night Wars coming up this Wednesday. Yo,
It's
there's
some
merch
confusion,
out.
HP. The Horseman been talking about this. I told him we're gonna clear this up tonight.
Okay, let's
Define.
definitely clear it.
I tried to get this clear when we decided to do this, but define a moment. We said top 5 moments.
Correct.
What is a moment?
All right, without being rude or anything, because I see how there could be confusion, right? I
Be
do.
rude.
No, I don't, because people like a moment for somebody might be like a certain segment of 20, 30 seconds. But someone can say the Iron Man match. That was a moment, but it was 60 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So the argument debates, right? I would say this. A moment is anything you could turn into a TikTok reel or a YouTube short because this is the moment. So if I said the Iron Man match, people are gonna go right to the super kick where he lays it out. Sean gets the pin, he pops up like this, and it's that moment. Even though you're referring to the match, people go to one moment. And if it's the moment of the entrance, then you're gonna say the WrestleMania 12 end. You don't even say the Iron Man match entrance. You say WrestleMania 12 Shawn Michaels entrance. Him coming down on the thing. So I would say something you could turn into a short. Because it could I see the problem here.
Horsemen,
I do.
horsewomen. Does that help y'all out?
And let's say something like this, right? And I hate giving away times and shit, right? But I'll give this one away because this one has several moments in it. How you want to address it with your team, you may say Taker Mankind Hell in a Cell. That's a fucking moment. I don't think people are gonna argue because the match has so many goddamn moments that the match becomes the moment. Or someone goes that cell raising up and Undertaker's on top because you just watched this motherfucker disregard human life, right? But what if it's the tack moment? What if it's the fucking tooth hanging out? Like, I didn't say anything you can turn into a short. YouTube short is like 2 minutes max. I think that's fair. If there's anything that's borderline of that, I think we just need to debate it and say, yeah, fuck it, it's a moment or not. Because if most people, when they say the moments of the Taker Mankind, they don't specify. They just say the match, and your brain just goes. You know what I mean? Like the match is
Monday
filled with
Night Gamage. So,
that. They can't go
Monday
on.
Night Gamage. Gamage be turned. I don't
A
know.
moment could be a moment could definitely be a debut. AJ Styles music hits and that walk to the ring, bang! You know what I'm saying? Roman with the dumbass look because he don't know who music that is.
That's crazy.
That was too early. Remember, he came out like third in the Rumble.
Oh. So
Yeah.
You
Horseman
expect
click.
the
I hope
moments to
he
be
cleared
later.
that up. I told y'all in the chat. I'm letting y'all drive the boat this week. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But this Wednesday on Wednesday Night Wars, we're having a top 5 listing, drafting, picking the top 5 moments in WWE. That's what that
Best
is.
money. These motherfuckers ain't gonna follow the rules. Hey, they follow the rules. We're gonna follow the rules. Just remember
Ain't no
this: we
rules to
got merch
war,
out.
Vinny. The
Vinny,
only
your
rule
shirt
is
is on
to
the
win.
way. Wednesday or Thursday, you get your shirt, brother. I even sent you some extra love, brother, because you know what I'm saying. I appreciate the love, so I send love back.
The first rule of Wednesday Night Wars is don't talk about Wednesday Night Wars.
Don't talk about Wednesday Night Wars. Hey, DM me for a shirt. That's all you got to do. DM me. They're $20. Boom. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And more merch to come of all different things. The Click Gold member status will be coming up soon. I just gotta figure
Hold up. Click gold?
the Click Gold, bro.
Fancy.
I'm about to make a gold member status, brother. I definitely I'm trying to see if I have. Oh, I ain't got the overlay for it.
I'm tired. So like I said, I had a long weekend. Yeah, 2 events, 2 different cities. I'm traveling with the family. We got it in this weekend, but it was all worth it. Blur Fest was amazing. Pro Wrestling
I
225
tried
was
this release
amazing.
shirt. They told me I look like King Joffrey. I was like, damn, we can do it.
Looked
Can
like
do it.
you went to go start your car to go to work and the battery was dead. That's that face.
Yo, one of these Wednesdays we gonna do DNA. You know what I'm saying? DNA. When he shows when DNA's in the building, this is what we get. When he's not in the building, this is what we get. You know what I mean? Boom. So we might be out here with this version of DNA. You never know. You never know. He gonna yeah, I'm be suspended.
You need to be. You need to be.
I'm gonna get fucking suspended. He gonna be like,
Good. Good.
well,
You
if I'm
see
gonna get suspended,
suspended. Gamache
if,
need a
if I'm gonna
vacation.
get suspended, fuck it. I'm gonna
Gamache,
get all the way suspended. This is
Gamache
the
tired of
potential
us.
team. A potential team. You see Rock, Chess, Saga, Tay Rock, the elite battle rappers. But if they come here, they're gonna get humbled. And that's what's gonna leave. The same four. I don't know who them dudes is, but this
That's
is
Pebbles, Checkers, and
the
Nada.
story.
Parable.
Oh my gosh. And that's not DNA, that's chromosomes. So you know what I'm saying?
The views expressed by King HP are not those of the podcast. He pressing buttons. I can't control what goes up on the screen. Yeah, Vinny, he wildin'. He wildin'. But y'all got anything else y'all want to tap in on, Rob? Like I said, I'm tired, bro. I'm exhausted. I had a great weekend, but put some
But you got
miles
some
on my
fire shit.
body. Huh?
Nah, I see that Archie
And
Media
it's
horse figure. I
NASCAR
seen his shit.
All-Star Week, so yeah, I got a lot going on, brothers. But I could not show up tonight. Another Uso? Give me a break.
What's that mean? If you talking about the
Um,
title, because I said is Jey Uso in trouble, which I do believe he was in trouble. That's what we talked about first. Or another Uso like Zilla Fatu coming.
I still don't
I
believe
don't know
we
what
see
that
Zilla in WWE. I just don't feel Zilla's gonna
means.
be in
Hope
the
to God
WWE.
we do.
It's not going to be
There's
this
so many
year.
ways you can market him. I'll be interested to see how they do it.
I
Especially
don't
when
think
you
it'll be
had
this year, but we are
JC
going to get him.
Mateo just make his debut.
He's just so similar to Jacob that I think, you know what I'm saying? It's
I agree. But Jacob's promo game is different than him
a
and JC Mateo. But JC Mateo moveset, him and Jacob, when they hit,
and the thing about it,
that
bro,
shit gonna feed families.
Zilla and Jacob on screen, they I don't want to say animals, but they animals. But
No, it's different. It's
in real
different.
life, them some of the nicest, coolest human beings on
Yeah.
earth. But they hit that switch in that ring. But
Yeah.
hey, they just art imitates
Hey,
life sometimes.
JC Mateo might be built like a fire hydrant, but I promise you, turn that little thing off and let that water go, that shit'll knock you on your
Yeah, but
ass.
they
That shit.
introduced him as Jeff Cobb, which was crazy. He was Jeff
Yeah, they
Cobb.
did. Yo, they probably was like, you can't fucking say that. Somebody probably got fined. Like, yo, we gotta pay these motherfuckers $25,000 just for you saying that shit. Well, what are we gonna call him? JC, y'all. You know what I mean? He
Mama
does got
call him
that
JC
Taz built, the
Mateo.
rhino.
We're gonna call him JC Mateo.
Yeah, JC Mateo. I hate that name. JC worked for me.
JC, yeah, I think JC was better. I ain't saying the
Yeah, I
Mateo
just think
part.
JC Mateo just kind of, I don't know. Vito, what up? Salute to you, brother, on Instagram. Mateo Cobb. That worked for me too. Jacob Mateo worked for me too, but yeah, Archie, I'm good, man. I'm good for the night. I started an official weight loss joint tomorrow with this group of people that I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of. So
Wait,
what I'm doing tonight,
official
because we
weight
weigh-ins,
loss? What you mean?
motherfuckers was like, "Yo, you want to work out?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, I gotta wait." I'm like, "Yo, don't do that." You know my son box. You know I used to buy like, we'll drop weight and crush you, motherfuckers. And then I love competition. I don't even like competition. I like beating the shit out of competition. Just to tell you, I told you I was gonna do this before we did it, and you still chose to partake. So knowingly taking an L beforehand is crazy. So I'm gonna give you that work.
What's the goal? Can I
So
ask?
Huh? What's the goal?
Yeah. Like, what's the challenge? Like, you got to lose like 20 pounds in a month. Like, is it a
No, no,
goal?
no. But yes, yes, yes. There's money on the line. There's a couple things on the line.
Oh,
So one of
money.
the
Oh,
people is
HP
my
gonna win. If there's a dollar involved, he like take
people
it
don't
on. Holla,
understand
holla,
that shit.
holla.
As soon as the dollar's involved, like what I gotta do? My lady friend is involved. I'm gonna try to push her to second place at least.
Oh,
Um,
HP said the shirt coming off this summer.
oh, absolutely, 100%. Because the shirt used to always be off. It was always sweatpants and tank tops. That was always the attire until you know what I'm saying. Then I got married, retired, started eating good, and then someone tried to they challenged me. It's a
That's what's
short
up.
time frame, but I'm gonna just keep it pushing all the way through. I think I'm gonna knock off a whole. I want to say 45 to 50,
It's
and
a lot
just
of
be
weight.
tight. It's a lot of weight, but it's not a lot of weight. Like I'm built like
No, you're
Jason
gonna
Mateo.
need a new wardrobe. Like, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, I am.
You're gonna
I
have to
am.
buy
But
new
I already
do
said I was
rags.
gonna
You
get one.
can't. You got your do rags ain't gonna fit no more. You got to saggy rags.
Yo, 225 is crazy to bench, and I say that as like, bro, I was when I tore my AC joint in my shoulder, I was at 330 benching, and that's why I have
I'm about to
size
say
and
you
stock.
weigh 330. I'm like, what?
No, I was benching like you know what I mean because I'm not gonna get into it, but you see me, you see I'm a stocky fat guy now. I'm chilling. I could easily cut that down.
You HP Mateo.
Your max is 330 right now. How old are you? And I'm not saying
330.
it's no derogatory, but
330
that's
is
why I
crazy.
stopped and then went to calisthenics. Once I pop my shoulder like that, I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, people ask me why I don't strength train. I did so much of that wrestling, playing football and baseball to college. I don't want to lift heavy stuff. So
I don't either.
I do
An
light.
average person can't fight. You lifting all that heavy shit. Like I
I do
boxed. We did
the
that many.
strength training I
You
do is
can't fight.
like I'm
Not
just
you
now
specifically, like
incorporating
anybody.
that. It's more day by day focus, but I'm a cardio runner. That's me. So and
I
I'm
hated
like
cardio.
5 pounds away from 205. So I'll be a cruiserweight in a few weeks.
If I go to 205, bro, it's gonna look like I got chiseled by the gods in heaven. 'Cause I got fight photos of me at 187. And if I told you my height, you see me, you're like, wait, 187? You're still big.
Yeah,
Bro, I've been chiseled.
I'm
I
like
stopped being
210
chiseled when
right
I
now.
shortly after I got married. And I was like, I give that shit up. I'm not trying to keep all the do with the six pack and all that. I'm good. But if I
Nah,
put
them
my
days is
pictures on
over,
screen,
dog. Days is over,
yeah,
baby.
I just want to be flat. I just want to be flat. No more dad bod. I'm gonna get rid of the dad bod. I'm just gonna go flat.
Nah, baby, you gotta have the little dad bod.
Yeah, Mike McCullough, that lifted heavy. I'm 43. I can't. Hey, when something break, that should take hella long to fucking.
Hey, we at the age where it might not fix itself. I got a left knee that's all scar tissue right now. So
Facts. I heard you, bro. That's why I'm all calisthenic, bro. I'm all calisthenics.
my goal by the end of this year is to be able to. I wanted to drop enough weight to where I got close to my basketball playing weight, and I want to be able to like really dunk and get crazy with it a little bit again. So that's it. And
Vinny,
then just
expect
be
your
healthy,
package Thursday.
huh?
Wednesday at the earliest. I told Vinny, expect your package Wednesday, Thursday. Goodish with the conditioning, different weight masses as to better. Yo, I hope y'all learn how to work your muscle groups too. Like I used to always do back and buys, chest and tries. Like if you're doing upper body, because the weight, like if you always stretch, right, and you put your thumb up, right, boom, and your thumb is up, right. Feel what muscle group it pulls. Like feel where the pull is, and you're turning. Then do the same thing, but put your hand down and then pull. See what muscle groups. Your chest and your bicep is the same pulling motion, pulling to you. Boom.
And your
Your
genetics
bench.
is important too. So look,
It is. But when you
everybody
separate
ain't
your
six
muscle
two.
groups,
I just got lucky.
whenever people go, "Oh, today is chest day," I'm like, "Tomorrow's arms." I'm like, you still don't know how to work out properly, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's why I do like upward and lower and core. Like but it's focused, and then I do
Oh, I'm
my
breaking my
shoulders.
shit down. Chest, back, and biceps. Boom. You know where your bicep
You gonna
is?
be
Your
looking like
fucking your.
Ahmed Johnson?
No, I was always more defined than Ahmed Johnson. If I show you a picture, you be like, oh, you're clearly,
Ahmed had them greasy
bro.
muscles.
I'm chubby right now with a 6-pack over the top of it. That should look crazy. It's like, dude, just lose the weight. You should go right back.
You
You should
know
look like
what?
the
You got
little
to
Lego
stop
thing.
adding seasoning to Taco Bell. That might help.
You know what helps? Because when you box or you do like wrestling, y'all know y'all gotta watch them weights and shit. So when I got let loose where I could just eat the fuck out, now I'm like
Wrestling was the
tired,
hardest thing I've ever done.
unmarried. Yeah, boxing too. Like wrestling,
Wrestling is the hard.
boxing.
The training is hard. The matches are hard, and it's a one-on-one thing.
It's a lifestyle.
I don't have a team to
Wrestling,
blame if we lose. This is me
that's like
versus
boxing.
you.
Yeah, it's you. It's you in that ring. I give you all the guys you want. It's a lifestyle. Boxing is a lifestyle. It's not no wrestling is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's tough. I was nice though. I was nice.
But you got some nice injuries probably and scars. Like that shit ain't for the
Oh
weak.
yeah,
People think
keyword was.
I'm with you, brother. My son doing that shit now with the boxing, like, and he trying to work his way back. That's why he excited that I'm going back to this because he knows for him to get back to his fight weight. If I'm work, because I cooked for him, I'm his chef for this. Oh yeah, he like hell yeah, we got to get you can get this next fight.
So no more $100 Chinese delivery meals.
So if you do, it's for my lady friend.
See, she got to get on board too. Look, baby, we trying to, you know what I'm saying?
No, actually, because she's in this challenge too, but she has children. I have children, so we'll feed the. It won't be that much.
Nah, kids got to get in it too. We're gonna be the house of six packs, baby.
I want to teach my daughters to fight, but I
You
be
see, you
so
notice Gamaj
like,
ain't say nothing. He's the model. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know Gamaj models, he do brand deals. You know what I'm saying?
yo,
HB
my
ain't.
garage is a gym,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying?
So yeah, I see why you keep the heavy bag. I had a heavy bag, speed bag, bench. I used to have a treadmill, but
Gamaj ain't got
nobody.
these. Gamaj ain't got these old fat man problems like us.
Yo, I got. If you go to my TikTok, you see my shit with my son. Boom, boom. Ooh, she's pretty. I said that out loud, didn't I?
You did. After you we're gonna get a ball pit, man. Gamaj, you got
I
anything?
like her.
Monday night Gamaj, you got anything before we get up out of here? I saw you post a picture with Zoe. You be flexing on us. I don't like that. We need to have a
that was
meeting. We need to have an intervention. Like Gamaj be flexing on us too much, man. I don't like
it was a get well post, man.
Yeah, if you go to my TikTok, go to my profile, boom, and then you just scroll down, and there he is. But then there's like this one, like this
Gamaj,
fast ass.
HP gonna shoot that video. You gonna be like D'Angelo with his shirt on. Who that is?
Me and my son, we just fucking around in speedbag. Someone took a video. I was like, let me get that video.
That ain't you.
100%.
That ain't
100%.
you.
He sends me.
Floyd March weather over there.
And this is my son too.
I told you I wanted to spar with your son. I'm gonna come to Florida and spar with
No,
him.
you don't. No, you don't.
I'm spar with you.
Hey, I'm for all smoke. I don't know why people be talking to me reckless. Like, just cause I smile and I'm a jokey guy. Like,
HP, I'll get in the
hey,
ring. I'll get
and
in the
people
ring.
see me. The only people who have a good shot of probably beating me are people my height and less. That's where I get tricky. Like, fuck.
I'm telling you now, you catch me with a good body shot, it's over. I'm done. I am done. My core is. I'm done.
Me and my son are big on body.
Yeah, body shot.
Because
That's.
let's suck the air out the tire.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
If you're too strong, you're too fast. I need to take that speed away. I need to take her strength away. I need to take her conditioning away.
Because if the jabs don't
The
work, I
body
can't
works
keep you
better.
away from me, and you get inside, I'm cooked.
Oh, I'm getting inside, and I'm gonna stay there.
I'm cooked.
I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna use my body weight. I'm gonna turn your body. Yeah.
All right, Gamaj, you gotta come in and ref this fight, man.
Yeah,
3
100%.
rounds.
I got glove. We'll do 16 ounce because that's the standard. People be like 16 ounce. If you've never been to a boxing gym, the standard sparring glove is 16 ounce. You know what I mean?
We're
We're
gonna
not
wear
talking about
headgear and
professional
keep the
fights.
shirts on though. We ain't trying to gross
I'm
somebody
not
out.
taking my shirt off till I get my shit back.
Gamage, that means you gotta keep your shirt on too. You can't be reffing all sexy with the shirt off.
No, that
I ain't
shirt
never seen
stays on at
a
all times.
the ref with no shirt
Salute
on. How the
Bando, and
ref
yes,
don't
I
got a
am
shirt
aware of
on?
them, Vinny. Very, very well, Kelly Pavlik. Yes. He was extra nice till he stopped being nice, but he was extra nice. I'm going to college coming soon. Hey, Addy, I don't know if you be trolling or you be dead serious because you came on here the other night and did the same thing, except you said you were graduating soon. So I always put the thing up there to congratulate you. Tap in and keep it coming. But if you're going to college, let us know the college, let us know the graduation
Hey,
day. We
what
want to
college
shout
you
you out,
going
man.
to, baby? We'll come scream
She
for
did
you.
that the other night. I wanted to get more
Eddie!
info, but
Eddie, what up though?
yeah, I like seeing viewers doing positive things. People know I love making money and I love seeing people do I like seeing people fucking win. I don't give a damn about nothing else. I trained with Jack Lowe for a little. Oh, okay, okay. Salute, salute, salute. What y'all doing for Wednesday Night Wars? Bando. Oh, yo, Bando. I sent the link to the wrong person because you used your real life name and not Bando. So I was like, oh, I think it's him. Boom.
Nixon 5. That's all I gotta say.
Uh,
Yeah, but this Wednesday night it's Wrestle. I mean, no, it's not WrestleMania. It's top 5 moments. And the same rules apply. If you pick a moment that erases that moment from us, and whoever has the best list of moments, they go up on the
Ooh.
poll. The poll is up now. YouTube,
The poll from last
X,
week's up.
yes sir,
Who
yes
winning?
sir. It depends on what avenue you're on. Let's see.
Give me an
On
update.
Twitter,
Give me an
let's get
update.
an update.
Then we're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're new to the channel, we go live during every main event of any WWE event. And on
Yeah.
Wednesdays, we do the Wednesday Night Wars where we pick a topic, a draft, conversation, and we battle it out with King HP's team, the Click, and my team, the Horseman 97. We go to war every Wednesday. If you wanna know how it works, know what it's all about, tune in this Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for Wednesday Night Wars and catch up, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like that. So who
So
winning?
on Twitter, as it stands, Team 1 was your team, Archie. 58, Bray Wyatt, Nation Domination, Sable, Jim Johnson, China. Should they go in the Hall of Fame over this class? Our team, the Click, you know what I mean? Bautista, Jazz, the McMahon family, Owen Hart, and CB. We'll call him CB, Mr. Billa.
Chris Brown?
Team 1 right now has 72% of the vote.
Washed y'all.
Now, let's go to
Don't go
YouTube.
vote 20 times for yourselves. Now that's cheating. Because you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Horsemen. 72% of the vote is fire.
Facts. All right, let's go
Good
to
job,
post.
gang.
All right, YouTube. YouTube is a little different. YouTube, we have 57% of the vote currently as it stands. So we need more people to vote. We need more people to comment. We got
You a
about
numbers
20 votes
guy. I
on.
mean,
We got about 20 votes on Twitter and 23 votes on YouTube. But the Twitter vote is pretty damning.
in the words of Ron Simmons,
72%.
damn.
72 fucking percent.
Now y'all don't. And now if the numbers go shoot up, it's because your team went voted for themselves. Horsemen, remember this.
Hey, Horseman, go vote. Everyone should vote. We should always at least have how many people we got on teams? 14? There should always never be less than 14 votes.
So you think voting for yourself is okay?
Fuck yes. You think Donald Trump didn't? You think Joe Biden didn't vote? You think Joe Biden didn't go out and vote? Why wouldn't you?
Joe
I'm voting for
Biden
my
don't
fucking
even know
self.
how to open the orange juice right now.
Joe Biden, hey, salute to Joe Biden.
damn.
May he get well soon. They say he got a very advanced stage of prostate cancer. Whether you like the man or don't like the man, I don't want to see nobody get sick. There's only been 47 presidents in the history, and there's been a couple of
I
repeaters.
don't think people didn't like Joe Biden. I just don't think they
No,
felt.
there are people who don't.
Okay.
There are people who don't.
Hey, well, we're gonna leave that right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe ain't did me
Hey,
nothing.
but I'm gonna say this. I
Shout out
remember
to
when
Joe
Obama
Biden
got
though,
elected.
man. And
And
anybody
people,
that's dealing with
prayers
anything,
to Jim
any
Ross.
battles y'all fighting in public or private, we sending positive vibes to you, yours, and your family. Because it's things we talk about on here, and it's things the world will never know that some of y'all facing or going through. That's why when we get on here, we like to talk, have fun. As much as we might complain about wrestling or praise it, it's just a break from the world. It's a break from the job. It's a break from the kids. It's a break from everything. And that's why we do this, because we need a break too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So we
Facts.
appreciate y'all tuning into this, because we get to come have fun, talk, and just escape for a little bit. It's better than, going out, doing crazy stuff, man. Just cut on your phone and your TV in the comfort of your home and chill out with the best wrestling pod on the internet, because we the best pod because we got the best chat. Like, the chat never disappoints. Y'all always show up for us, so we show up for y'all. We're gonna show up this Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. for the Wednesday Night War. Shout out to the Click for real for showing up, and shout out to the Horseman 97. Hey, we up. Let's hope we stay up until Wednesday. Gamaj, one more time before we get up out of here. You say you didn't have nothing. I'm gonna ask you again. Anything you want to know the people know about?
Not right now, man. I'm good.
I saw you at the Haitian flag day with the fit on. Hey, I like it. Like it. Kamaj be stunting on us, but we got to kick him out the group.
Hey,
No.
may I see some people whose monthly membership may have ran out. Do not disqualify. You've already been drafted. There's a couple people in there for free agents. Luffy with the pull up. We see you. Don't
Oh, we
make
got
sure you
some
renew
free
it.
agents? Okay.
Make sure we renew it. You see right now, Polo was the #1 pick. He just renewed it because you gotta be a member.
$1.99, baby. $1.99
$1.99.
is all it takes to get you in the transfer portal to get you on the team.
Two of
Two of
these.
those. That's it. Two of those. That's it. That's all it takes. HP, you got anything before we get up out of here?
Nah, brother. Outside of the Hall Prison universe, tap in every Sunday. We're about to start another line coming on Thursdays. So make sure you tap in tomorrow night to see what we're talking about. It'll be a rough draft, kind of see where we at. But yeah, brother.
And like
Shout out to my
always,
lady
y'all know
friend.
me.
She knows
I'm
who she is.
always in the studio working on music, working on projects, working on product. And if you got anything you want me or any of the guys to check out, like I said, Gamachi models, like for real. So you might have a brand. You might need an ambassador. You might want to be looking at your brand right now on this thing. Hit me up. I'll get in touch with Gamaj. You might have a idea for some TV or comic or something. That's HP's world. Hard Priest Universe is all about that. It's TVs, it's movies, it's breakdowns, it's reviews, it's Marvel, it's DC. That's his world. That's his thing. That's what he does. Me, I'm the music guy, right? The design guy, anything media related to creative arts, that's my wheelhouse. So if y'all got anything going on that y'all want us to check out, maybe even be a part of, hit me up on Instagram at the Archie Carter. That's TheArchiecharter, the Archie Carter. And I get it to these guys, or hey, you can hit them up yourself. But I'm always in the studio working on music. NASCAR and chill, tables, ladders, and chill, both on Instagram. You like NASCAR like me? Hey, tap in. If you like music and wrestling, tables, ladders, and chill. But always Attitude Era Podcast. That's what this is, and thank you for tuning in, man. I hope this week is good to you and good for you. That is Gamaj down there, Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty, Rick. That is King HP. I mean, hey, we gonna hold him to this fire of losing 40 pounds too. So
Hey, 100%. I'm gonna actually start coming in and
you
put my
said
weight in.
40. I will give you I would accept 25. Because I know 40 is a lot. That is a lot. That's a
40's a
whole.
lot. From
But
now
I'll
on,
I'll
and
I'll
hold me
accept
to it,
25.
because I weigh myself I got multiple scales in my home. But remember, my son box, so there's a reason why. But I can easily jump on the scale. So let's put the weights on there. So right where you see King HP, general manager of the click, and that general manager of the click, I'm gonna start putting the weight. It's gonna be a number. It's
Even
gonna
if
be a
it go
number.
up, you're gonna be honest about it.
Be honest. Be 100% honest.
All right, cool. That's what it is. Hey, we're
I
gonna
don't even want to be honest too, because I'm
accountability.
telling you
See,
right
we
now.
hold each other accountable. We might get loud, might be with the rah-rah, but at the end of the day, we all family, right? And y'all family too, and we appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, shout out to HP. And for real, I'm gonna come down there, we're gonna get in the ring, do all this stuff, and record it. Cause if it ain't got footage, it never happened, right? That's what the day is. But that's the times we live in. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. We'll be right here. Okay, man. Got the orders coming in. I see you.
Okay,
Handing
Penny.
out shirts like Nino
Thursday.
Brown, handing out turkeys in the hood. I
Well,
ain't
my
mad
receipt's
at
in the
it.
car, but
Hey,
you're-
Gamaj, real quick. You from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Who you got? Joey Badass or TDE right now?
ooh.
Boy, thank
Damn.
you.
Got him.
I'm gonna say Joey.
Joey cooking. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't know Joey could rap like that.
Allie is definitely jumping Joey.
They trying to get
Daylight
Joey
nigga.
about it. Hey, but he holding his own, bro. Joey Badass is cooking right now. But we'll get to that another day, man. This Answer Era podcast. We'll see y'all Wednesday for the Wednesday Night Wars, 8:30 p.m. Have a good week. Positive vibe, positive energy. We throwing it. Catch. We out. Peace. Okay, Joey in the chat.